Hey, how's it going? My name is John Brantley, and for 2.5 years, this was my home. And now I'm working to make this my home. Hey, I'm reshooting this part of the video. For some reason it didn't upload, so if it looks a little different, this is why it just didn't upload. So I'm just reshooting it real quick because I definitely want to make sure I include this bit. Basically, the part that wouldn't upload, I was just talking about how I got in this situation. And I don't want to go too deep into it because I just feel like I've told this story so many times. At least I've told this story to my therapist so many times, and I'm just so tired of talking about it. I just feel like I just want to move on and stop living in this sad story. But in the interest of making this video and sharing it with you guys, I just feel like I need to tell you a little bit about what happened. So basically what really happened was several years ago, I'd moved back to the house I grew up in to take care of my mom during her final years. And she was going to gift me the house that we were staying in as a thank you for taking care of her. And I wasn't doing it for the house, I was doing it to take care of my mom. And the gifting of the house, that was like totally her idea. So I took care of my mom until her last day, and then she passed away, and my siblings were okay with me inheriting the house that I was living in until my mom passed away. And then they were like, well, what, where's our part? Where's our share? Why do you get the whole house? And they basically challenged my mom's will. Also, even though I took care of my mom, she and I were not very close. I'm not very close with my family for various reasons. And I was under the impression that the house was already paid, free and clear. There was no mortgage. And then I found out after she had passed away that there was still a mortgage on the house, and it had several payments had been missed. So the bank took hold of the house, auctioned it off, took their bit of money, and whatever was left went into probate. Everything went into probate because my siblings were challenging everything. So basically everything had to get split up amongst me and my siblings. And that took a little over 2 years for it to go through probate. Within that time, when my mom passed away, I think I had like a little over $2 to my name. Lost a house. I could have easily, moved into a room, rented a room, but I had 4 dogs, and during the time I was taking care of my mom, the only thing that kept me sane, the only thing that, brought me joy were my 4 dogs. And I just couldn't see myself, putting them in a shelter, giving them up, just so I could have a room to stay in. So I chose to move into my car so that my 4 dogs and I can stay together. And there were like ups and downs where I'd find a job or I'd find an apartment. And then things just didn't work out. I'd lose the job. There was one point where I was working at a warehouse, and in the middle of winter, I was still living in my car, and I caught the flu. Trying to battle the flu under normal circumstances is, challenging enough. But when you're in your mid-50s and you're living in your car in the middle of winter and it gets down to like 39 degrees and you're trying to battle this flu, you're calling in sick. And I called in sick one too many times. I dipped into the red in terms of my sick leave. And the warehouse company I was working for, they're very, stringent when it comes to things like that. And I understand to a certain degree. I tried to explain my situation. They were quote unquote understanding and sympathetic, but they still decided to let me go. So I found myself, unemployed and living in my car yet again. And once you get into this situation, sorry I'm talking so fast, I'm just so worried that I'm going to run out of memory. But once you get into the situation, it's hard to get out. And so I've just been working so hard to try and get out of the situation. But that's basically how I got here. Now I have a part-time job, and now I'm working my ass off to get my business going so I can stay in the motel. I think I'm going to run out of memory again, and I apologize. So I'm going to end it right here, but that's basically what's been going on, or how I got in this situation. And I'll speak on it more as I go along, but I just wanted to quickly talk about it before I run out of memory, and put it in the video as quickly as possible so you guys can, so I can share the story with you. But that's basically it, and I will add it to the story. I'm going to talk really fast because I ran out of memory and I had to delete some things, and I really want to make this video. So I make resin products, basically, dominoes, coasters. I also do candles, scented soy candles, and I also do candles for like special occasions, like weddings, wedding receptions, and I do the dominoes and coasters for weddings as well. I'll try to insert them and show you so you get an idea of what I do. So that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna work my ass off, I don't know if I can say that, to get my business going, because I really want to stay in here permanently. I have like a whole plan of like, and this is like step one, phase one, getting into the motel permanently, getting my business successful and making money to keep me in here, eventually moving into an apartment, saving money, getting my car fixed, all those sort of things. And they're goals that I have and phases that I have, because I'm just so tired of living like this. I'm so tired of like being depressed and living in my depression and feeling hopeless and living in that hopelessness. And so this is like my last ditch effort of like, let's just go all out and live my best life. Like, I'm gonna be working my butt off between my job and hopefully a second job and growing my business. But like I said, I still want to enjoy life. Life is still short, and I want to do the things that I love. And the things I love, like I said, is like I love going to thrift stores. I love going to flea markets. I love cooking. I love baking. My dogs deserve to go to the dog park, and I would love to take them to a dog park and just go for walks. I miss chatting with my friends. I feel like I've been in such a level of depression that I stayed away from my friends because I just got tired of, like, I felt like I was bringing them down. Like, I'm the guy that would bring the party down. And so I'm at the point where it's like I want to hang out with my friends for coffee or something and just chat and have like a nice positive conversation. So I'm going to start documenting these phases and these moments and the things that bring me joy, hanging out with my dogs, and hopefully you guys come along with me, and we can grow and enjoy life and go after the things that we love to do together. But I'm going to end this video here because I'm running out of memory. Sorry, I keep losing memory, and I have to like delete things. So, but it's important for me to share this story. So I moved back into this motel room, and it's a decent motel room. It's probably the best one they have, and it's the most spacious one. But I was cleaning and putting things away, and I found like a used crack pipe from the previous people, and it sort of reminded me. I'm always trying to like learn things and use my experiences as some sort of like life lesson and try to figure out what the universe is teaching me. And one of the things is like I'm always so worried about causing friction, and being in the motel room, one of the things I'm worried about is like cooking. Like, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to cook or not, and I don't want to get kicked out and banned from the motel room if I'm like cooking. But it's like finding that drug paraphernalia. It's like people are literally cooking meth in here, and they're still coming back, and I'm over here worried about cooking rice. So that's today's lesson. It's like I'm not gonna worry so much anymore. I'm not gonna, I'm a good person, and I'm just not gonna worry about causing waves. I think I need to cause waves, and I think I need to do what I need to do to get me out of the situation and get me to the life that I want to live. So that's today's lesson. Just wanted to share that with you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening and hanging out with me, and I hope you continue on this journey with me. Take care. Thanks.